All right, ladies, welcome to the Mindful Attraction 2.0 live stream. And today I'm going to be talking about something that I usually don't talk about, and that what annoys me about the Joe Mixon case, and that relates to dating and it relates to women, because it goes along the topic I'm having today with my videos. It goes along, so it's not like I'm diverting from the topic, okay? Um, and before I start there, right, let me wait for some of you guys to get in the channel. To get in the chat. But I'm like waiting for you guys to wait to get in. But I'm actually moving out, by the way. I'm moving out. I live in Park Slope right now, but I'm moving out. The roommates that I live with, dope people, man. Very calm, very serene. The neighborhood, very good. The kids, not good. Too many kids. Too many kids, man. Too many kids. It's like I was like the first time I was here, I'm like, because this is where I was raised when I was a little kid, right? And when I was a little kid, I'm like, yeah, I love this neighborhood. I love Park Slope. It's so nice. Of course, because I was a little kid and I was surrounded by little kids. Of course I would like it. Now that I'm an adult and I'm like walking around, skiing around, I'm like, oh my goodness, so many little kids everywhere. And then they have the audacity. For example, like I'll be skating sometimes. They'll be like, oh, daddy, look, I got that same skateboard. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, you don't got my skateboard. And like I told that to a little girl, like she was like, I got the same skateboard. And I was like, no, you don't. And the little girl was like, and the dad was like laughing his ass off. So it was like I didn't get beat up. But man, too many kids around here, man. I gotta wave around them and stuff. And they don't give a fuck too. They're like pigeons of New York City. They don't care. They'll just get in front of you. They really don't care. Anyways, my bad. Sorry about that. I just want to move where there's not a lot of kids, man. I like kids, but just for 5 minutes, right? Like they'll you to kid to the door. All right, go, just go. Nah, that's enough, right? Because they start demanding for stuff. Gonna have $1 or so. Where's dad? No, I'm kidding. Anyways. So yeah, I'm moving out right now because I'm like, you know what? If I'm earning decent money, I'm like, let me find a good place. So I want to find a place like downtown Manhattan, near around St. Mark's, around the L train, around Williamsburg, around more downtown Brooklyn, near the YMCA Greenpoint. So if anyone knows anyone in that area that's renting a room and stuff like that, let me know. I would definitely appreciate you for that. In addition to that, I'm also going to be I'm actually looking for someone who is willing, because I have some of the subscribers. I have one subscriber who's writing notes for some of my videos, but I'm looking for someone who is able to write notes for the videos that I don't have notes for. So if you notice that I have a video that doesn't have any notes, do me a favor. Can you let me know and just write those notes for me? Because I can't write that well. I don't. It's not that I can't write that well, but I don't like, I procrastinated, So if you could help me out and you see a video like this video that I don't write notes for, help a brother out, help a Dominican out. Okay, so let's get started. Actually, a kid stole my skateboard, my first one, asshole. He stole my skateboard and I took it from him. He took it, right? And I was like, yo, kid, what the fuck you doing? Give me my damn skateboard. And he was like, I'm sorry, sir. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, good. In my mind, I'm like, you know what? He learned his lesson. I reproached him. I was like, don't do that shit, right? And I made the mistake of putting it down, right? And playing basketball. And guess what? He took it again. Man, these kids these days, they don't care. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I'll be in the cafe, right? Drinking my coffee and doing work. And suddenly a little kid just sits down and just looks at me. Literally looks at me. And I give him like the mean girl, like, and he just stares at you like he don't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck. He just stares at you. I'm gonna go like that. They still look. I think they know I'm kidding. I don't think they take me that seriously, to be quite honest with you. All right. Anyways, let's get started. So for those who don't know about Joe Mixon is he's a professional. Actually a professional athlete. He just got drafted, and he was someone who hit a woman. He hit her in the face. He punched her in the face, right? And apparently he broke her face. Okay, that's wrong. Now the problem that I have with that is that they're all focusing on the guy. You got to know where I'm going with this, right? They're focusing on the guy. It's like the woman doesn't exist. It's like the woman is just there. Like she was just a victim of circumstance. That's a big, big, big problem. And that takes a lot of women's self-esteem. The mere fact that we're not acknowledging what the woman could have done to prevent it is huge. Why? Because it takes away the culpability from the woman. She's right now chilling, not getting any publicity about the things that she did for hitting a guy, right? And she's not, and everyone's ostracizing the guy. The issue is this: is that if people are not put responsible for their actions, if they were right or wrong, they're never going to learn and grow. You see, they're never going to learn and grow. And society today caters to women too much. And when you cater to someone too much, you know what happens? They begin to have an unhealthy sense of entitlement. That's what I call it, an unhealthy sense of entitlement, where because you're being treated with an ungranted privilege. And again, they're women, you know, he should have not hit her, right? That's right, absolutely right. But the problem is that it's only one-sided. And so what tends to happen is that women begin to feel like they could do anything they want. That's an issue, because in life it's not that way. In life, if you're not taught that you have to work for your things, work for respect, work for everything in life. If you're not taught that, you're going to begin to develop those patterns of expecting people to fix your problems, of saying, you know what, I'm not the problem. It's them that's the problem. For example, in the video, you see the girl hit him, right? She pushes him. And you know what the guy does? I'm sorry, he's a big black guy, man. He's a big black guy. I don't give a fuck. If some big black guy gets in my face, I'm running away. I don't care. Post it on TMZ, post it on YouTube. I'm running away. You'll see me in camera running away, leaving my skateboard. I don't give a fuck. Somehow, some women don't give a fuck that they're tall and black. They don't care. And so she pushed the guy, right? And you know what he did? He did that, right? He fainted. I don't care. I would have ran away at that moment. He went like that. He fainted. You know what she did? She slapped him. I mean, look, a man should not hit a woman because she's smaller than him. But a woman should not hit a man because he's fucking bigger than you. If you want in life, if you want equal rights, you better expect an equal left. You know, some guys are fucked up in the head, ladies. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean a guy's not going to hit you back. You got to be careful. Look, in life, it's a two-way street. And you guys know how I am. This is the part that I bet a lot of women are like, oh, God damn it, I don't agree with this part. But this is all based on what I talk about. All based on what I talk about, which is personal culpability. And I'm not reading the comments yet, but I'll see what the comments say, right? But still. And so people don't really... It's like, and I was actually listening about this, that women were treated as the daughters back in the days, right? They were like the daughters. And so when we think of women, we see them as like, you know, like the daughters of the household. So you got to protect them. So every guy feels like he has to protect them. So that's where bias creeps in. Bias creeps in simply because they're women. And what we have to understand is that at the end of the day, we're human beings. We're human beings. Some are fucking psychos and some are not psychos. And you got to be careful how you deal with people, men or women. And so, and in anything in life, if something bad happened to you, you should always ask, how could you have prevented it? And if you couldn't have prevented it, fine. That's fine. You couldn't have. But if you're not willing to ask that question and just blame the other person, dude, man, you got a victim mentality. You got a victim. I should make a video. Signs that you have a victim mentality. Someone remind me of that. And it's just like, I don't know. It boggles my mind how biased people are. And it's happened. Again, look, I've had plenty of time. I've had times when a woman would try to push me, right? And it'll actually tell me to hit her, right? And even though if I would hit her back, it will be fair because they're pushing you, attempting you, but I don't do that because I mean, I'm a little smarter. But nevertheless, though, just because I didn't hit her doesn't mean she didn't do nothing wrong. You see, and so that's a problem that we have. We allow our biases to change, to judge things for us. We got to always ask ourselves, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't matter how certain you feel. Just ask yourself, maybe I'm wrong. People shouldn't be hitting people in general. You know, and maybe people who believe that the guy was in the right, that the guy was in the wrong, despite the woman hitting him, maybe they're the loud minority because that's what tends to happen. Nevertheless, though, it's a form of propaganda. It's something that permeates the unconscious, where you'll see a woman and you'll see her as less capable because you got to cater to her. And you know what happens? That that branches out to even ability to work, ability to do this or that. That's where you begin to have these predisposed assumptions that women cannot do things, that women need a little extra help, that some women just cannot do that profession because they just can't. Yo, that's, let me tell you something, man. If there's one thing that would take me out of the present moment, it's stuff like this. Is that I'm looking too much to the, and again, I'm not a political guy. I like listening to it, but I don't like giving my opinion because it's a, people live in their own little echo chambers. You know, it's a little cycle. I understand people are biased. I'm biased too to a certain extent. But I feel bad for this kid. This kid did that 2 years ago, and people are telling him that you gotta, how are you? There was one interview that said, how are you gonna deal with this for the rest of your life, knowing that the mistake that you did 2 years ago? What the fuck? So he has to pay for making a mistake 2 years ago for the rest of his life? What the fuck? Yo, people, I don't understand how people are sometimes. I don't understand people. Like, how can you be so fucking hypocritical? How can you be so hypocritical? Yo, it just annoys me. I'm sorry. This is like one of these rants. It just annoys the living shit out of me. How catered women are to the point that it disempowers them. You don't understand. Like, you think you're helping out, but you're not. Sometimes you gotta let people feel the pain. Let people like crawl their way out. You gotta do that. For example, it's kind of like me. I'm Hispanic, right? And I got accepted to Temple University just because I'm Hispanic. Because the bar was lowered because I'm Hispanic. I don't care if you're helping me out. At the end of the day, that's condescending. But guess what? Those people who don't want to work for this shit, they're going to take that. They're going to say, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I got the jet less GPA. But when it's against you, now that's a problem. When it's against you, now that's a problem because it's against you. Yo, like in life, if you're always looking for the handout, you're always looking for the quick fix. As a result, you're always going to get superficial results. Anyways, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction. I got a call to pick up. This is important. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, damn it.